Hey. If I stand up right now, this whole show will get canceled. That's how excited I am. Whoa. By the Chicago Bears moves today. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Whoa. Are you clawed up or bared down? Either way, I'm in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Are you saying that you're hot and ready
and coming fast with a
Well, I don't know about the second part. I usually have good control, but I am hot and ready.
I don't know. I'm a little out of control.
Hey, shout out to Silver Harvest.
Dilly Silver.
I didn't get my cup. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We definitely got to drink it
boy.
today.
Yeah, get over there. Get a cup, man. Grab a cup. Before you do.
Uh,
Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy, Matt the Designer, back at it again. As always, man, we got the squad in the building. Yeah. As always, super producer Joel Hope, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, and of course, Mr. Drew Better. You knew better. You do better. Say, who better?
Who better?
Nobody, bro. It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. We got to talk about all the moves the Chicago Bears have made today that have us clawed up. I mean, listen, this is a great day for the Chicago Bears. I think this is a day where yet again, we have to celebrate our offseason championship. But dare I say,
3 years in a row.
dare I say
one,
three, well, probably four, right? I mean, you got to go back to Justin Fields
Oh,
offseason.
yeah.
I mean, you go back to drafting Justin Fields. You go back to getting DJ Moore after drafting
That's
Justin
right, the year
Fields.
we thought we would have.
You go back to the thing you thought you were going to do, and then here we go, Caleb Williams, new group, new time. We got Williams in the building. Oh, he's dead, 68 sacks, and now. But I think here's the conversation. The trenches.
Yes.
The trenches.
Yes.
We've been begging for trenches for 3.5 years. Actually, I've been begging for trenches for 25 years.
Yeah, it's probably over.
We got trenches.
I'm
It's
not used
okay
to this.
cry.
I'm not used
I don't know
to
what to do with my hands.
I don't know what
to do with my hands.
I don't know. I've never seen this before.
Hey, listen, and I tell you this, Ryan Poles, he's shopping at market prices, and he's crying. Market prices?
No,
What
shout
market
out-
are you shopping at?
Shout out to Kevin Warren. This is
Yes.
the Warren effect. They're spending some money and they're getting talent in here.
Hey,
they
they
got the
money,
coaching
yeah,
staff
spend
and
the
they
dang
sitting there.
money.
What? You ain't got one of the best, the top center in the game too?
Yeah, one of the best.
He's
centers.
good.
I would do agree with
Is
that.
I don't know about one of the
is he Hall
best.
of Fame? No,
He's
I'm
top
saying-
10.
No,
He's
I'm
top
saying,
10.
but it's
One
one
of
of
the
the
top available
guys. You got the
centers.
top guy.
Yeah, you got one of the top guys.
that want to come here. And he wanted to be here.
Oh, he wanted to be here.
That's crazy.
That's the
We got to talk about the Bears signing Dalman. We got to talk about the Bears signing Dale. We got to talk about the Bears signing Grady Jarrett.
That's
Dare I say,
That's a real dark horse
That
for you.
got me
Was
excited.
that a dark horse?
That's a real dark horse.
I didn't know about a dark horse on that one. And what that means for the draft implications, all that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Go ahead and grab your drink now. Yeah, you might as well. I'll drink to that. Boys, what a day. I mean,
Wow. What a hole.
and let's start it off with the Dalman conversation because we came into this. I'm not going to lie to you. Not that I didn't expect the Bears to do something at center, but me and Jordan JC were talking about it this morning, and the conversation was around the Chicago Bears essentially, while getting good players, do you go with more of a Ryan Kelly? Do you go with somebody who kind of just is a filler piece while you draft the piece that could be the piece of your future? No, instead they go out, they get Drew Dalman in the building for a 3-year, $42 million contract, $28 million guaranteed. It feels like, and your hope is, that this is the guy that's going to be the most connected to Caleb Williams. He is your center of the future. Let's start it off here because I've been talking all day. I've been on a camera since 7 o'clock this morning.
You had a lot of work to do, buddy.
I thought I was going to
Shout out
take
to
a
you.
nap and then we signed 2
No,
more people.
no.
I got off on the Odebo
10 seconds
video,
later.
and 10 seconds later, here's Grady Jarrett. Son of a!
Love
That's
it.
not bad. That's not bad.
I love
like
it.
that.
Oh,
It
that's-
can only be Jarrett. That's solid.
I love it.
That's solid.
I love
That's
it.
a good call right there.
Thank
So
you
we
very
got
much.
started
Thank
off, and now you can only
you
be
can
Jared.
only
be Jared.
I don't know what you got for Dalman, but
Hey,
the Dalman, I don't know.
I don't know. I got a center.
I don't know.
I
Hey,
got a
that's
center.
all that matters.
JC, what are your thoughts on the Dalman signing
it's
here?
getting hot. It's getting meaty. I swear to God, trenches have been addressed Well, I won't say completely. I still have a little bit of reserve for our left tackle in Braxton Jones, but I can live with us having literally 4 of the 5 positions being addressed completely. We have upgraded the talent on this line. We have upgraded from all pros and pro bowlers.
Yeah,
Wait, I'm sorry. All pro.
Yeah.
Pro bowler.
Pro bowler.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very
but
different.
however, Grady Jarrett, by the way, is both. I'm just
Yeah,
letting you
hey,
know
listen, I'm fine with you being an all-pro and a pro bowler.
All right.
But don't sit there and beat your chest about a pro
About being
bowler
a pro, I know
flag
it's kind of
football.
been watered down. I know,
Yeah,
but man, Drew Dalman first and foremost, center. This is a position that has been just completely overlooked for years and years and years, and it is extremely important that we got this guy because we talked about in the morning. There wasn't a lot of guys out there outside of him and Ryan Kelly. Coleman Shelton was the third best center on the market, possibly. So you didn't really have a lot of areas to go and a lot of directions to go into when you're trying to address centers. So we got the guy that really a lot of people linked to us. We got it done. I like first of all, the money I thought we would pay more than what we did.
Yeah. I thought there was going to be a bidding war for
Rumors
Drew Dalman.
are that he
there
actually
was.
almost he was supposed to go to other places
Yeah.
that offered
Wanted to
him
be
more
here.
money, but he wanted to be here. How many times have you heard that the Bears are the actual destination for top free available agents?
Maybe
I
Julius
haven't
Peppers.
heard that.
Julius
I was
Peppers.
going to say
Julius?
Pep.
Julius
How long
was-
ago was that?
A long time.
A long
Jesus.
time ago.
Hey, Jordan, I was there when he went in the Hall of Fame.
Geez, that's 5 years.
That's crazy.
Plus the time you played.
Well, he played for the Packers, too.
Yeah, he
only
did play
played
for the
about a
Packers.
year
That's
for the
like,
Panthers.
that was like
Played for the Packers.
13.
Yeah.
Jesus,
2012.
No, I love it. I love this start. I love Drew Dalman. I know we're going to get into other guys, but Drew Dalman in particular, I love that we address center.
I'm happy about it. I mean, we were talking about people movers, right? And
Yes.
he was, kind of one of the guys that he was targeted where, at first I was like, do we go in the draft and get our place or, our eventual center? But Drew at 27 years old, 28 years old.
26.
I think he's turning 27.
This is
eventually.
good.
He's
I mean,
26,
we got a
yeah.
guy for some years. I mean, it was 3 years, but, the thing is that at his age, and a lot of these guys were who we signed, well, except for Grady at 31, but having him building this line just like that, I mean, we've been looking for this for the whole, for years. So very happy to see that with our guards and with Braxton, with Darnell Wright.
Mm-hmm.
So to sit there and have Dalman, I mean, that's the thing. You targeted one of the best guys that's in the league that we could get at that moment. Now, we were debating like, actually I can update the roster, right? So we're starting to get to this point, right? Now we got some all pros, some yellows on the team, and then Dalman's I would upgrade him to blue, right? He's a good player, as well as Darnell Wright is a good player, right? So we're updating that offensive line, and then even with Grady Jarrett, we just put another gold player on the D line, and Deo. That's a blue chip player in the sense. He's good. We don't know if he's going to be great, but based off his contract and that potential, but I'm very happy with Dalman. I mean, I'm just looking forward to seeing competent offensive football this coming up season. I don't want to get sold a bag of beans, and it would be so disappointing that like what we had last year. We bring in this coordinator, all this other stuff, but to sit there and get a line, and he's 6'3", 300 pounds. Then you got the other guy. I think I actually still have my matter of fact, I think I did my people movers, and I think I had him up there.
Is he on there?
He's
Do we
on
got
there.
all of
Yes,
them?
I was.
Oh,
already
look
there.
at that people movers list
you
right
go.
there,
There we go.
Yeah,
So that
I like
line
it.
looks good. 6'6" with Darnell Wright 335. You got Jonah at 6'4", 309. You got Dalman 6'3", 304. Joe Thuney 6'5", 304, and Braxton 6'5", 311. I mean, Braxton is the weak link. We don't know if do they make another move later?
But see, I think here's the thing, right? And this is what it speaks to. Before we do that, Drew, what were your thoughts on the signings here? It was a very meaty day in the chat.
It was
You
dust.
were playing Adam Blackter.
Yeah,
You were playing Adam Blackter for us today.
that was Drew Schefter.
I had the news before the news came out. No,
sure was.
I think this is the best line we've had since Fred Miller and John Tate, actually.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I
And Drew,
think the potential.
it's the
of it.
first time we've invested in a line since John
John
Tate.
Tate.
Yeah,
was a
lifelong Bears fan, and there's been many, many years of disappointment on the line. But I think, like everybody said on the panel, that this is the best thing we've had since sliced bread. I love it.
Real quick, we got over 100 in the chat.
Oh, 100 in the chat. 100.
And then we got over 200 in the chat.
Oh, 200 in the chat. 200.
Get those likes up, people. Get the likes up.
Hey, I'm not going to lie to you, and this is just this is peel the curtain back behind the scenes.
What do we got?
all of our cameras are off by like a half an inch the wrong direction.
What are you talking about?
Drew's is turned too much that way.
Oh.
This one is too much that way. You can tell we were in here because we're getting product shoot for some very important stuff. We're getting
working
some
on
things ready here, so stay tapped in with us.
Oh,
There's
Miami
a
Pat.
reason
Miami
all
Pat's
the
got his
cameras
going
are-
on.
Oh, we got some stuff going on, man. Yeah,
Mi-
Joe
Miami
brought back
Pat.
a couple of packs.
Yeah, Miami Pat's going on.
We don't know what that means, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Couple of packs.
No, but I think here's the thing for me with the Dalman conversation that I do. I think when you talk about this, and it is what Drew said, right? It's an investment in the trenches. It's an investment in the future. We haven't seen a Bears team do this ever.
Oh no.
What's the last the last investment in the trenches is what? Like real investment.
May
Like,
Davis.
no. Like we're talking. I'm talking about
like
a
complete-
real full-on investment in the trenches.
Last year when they thought they had depth.
That's not an investment. That's you
That
signed
was
some
Poe's
dudes.
investment.
That's
It was so cheap.
that's you signed some dudes. You know what I mean? Like to me,
I don't know. That's a good question.
you haven't had a real investment this way. And Bears fans, correct me if I'm wrong. Since the 1983 draft,
boy.
when you drafted just about everybody on the offensive line that ended up winning. Because think about it, outside of that, you signed Tate, and those guys were solid.
Yeah.
I'm talking about true, we're going after it investment.
Well, we've only had maybe one or two players outside Olin Kreutz being
Ruben
a
Brown,
good player
Roberto
draft.
Garza.
Like,
No, Olin Kreutz are all pro. By
no,
the way,
what I'm
the
saying
only
is-
all pro we
right,
have
that's
in
what I'm
20 in
saying.
the
We've
2000s.
only had
No,
like,
no. When we drafted old boy that kept getting hurt.
Kyle Long.
Kyle Long.
Well, we
Yeah,
had
but you
like
didn't
Blake
invest around
Brockermeyer.
him.
But he's talking about more than one guy on the line. He's talking about the entire line.
We've had a guy here or there.
Right,
It's
pieces.
like one with average dudes.
Here's what I mean
Yeah.
about the investment, right? Before free agency opened up,
Yeah. We had nothing.
traded for 2 guards,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
right?
That's a first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You signed a center 20 minutes into free agency. You have Darnell Wright already. He was somebody in the draft, but he's already on the team.
You drafted him in
got
your
Dave.
first
You drafted
round.
him in the first round, right? Then you look on the other side.
Actually, well, you drafted Braxton.
You look on the other side. Now, it was a different time back then, so defensive line wasn't – I mean, it wasn't a shock that the Bears were building a defensive line. But you sign somebody as the opposite edge.
Right. There you
And Dale.
Dale.
Dale. And you go out and you get Grady Jarrett.
Right.
The draft is still coming.
The draft.
They're going
Depth.
to add more in the trenches in the draft.
Depth.
This is
Depth.
all
That's
depth.
what I mean by you haven't done this since probably 1983.
Yeah.
We have not seen the Chicago Bears
Stack up.
stack up in the trenches. In my lifetime, I've never seen it.
I know. I've never seen it.
Well, Lovey did it a little bit.
Lovey did a little bit, and I think
He
he
got
added to it. He
Peppers.
drafted guys and Peppers
Well, they
and
had
some of those
they,
names.
They got Adewale Ogunleye.
Yep.
They drafted Alex Brown.
Tommy
They had
Harris.
Tank Johnson. They drafted Mark Anderson. They have
Yeah, Tommy.
They
the
had,
issue is
they
it
had
wasn't
old boy
as
number
much.
30.
Now
They
this
had
is
old
a
boy number
very
30.
important. This is a who?
Number 30, the defensive back.
Oh, Mike Brown.
Mike
But-
Brown, yeah.
Well, Mike
he was
Brown, but
before
that's
that. I'm
not
saying
trenches. I'm talking just trenches.
Yeah, we're talking about this is one of the first times where you're looking at stacking. Like last year, this was all that offensive line that we started last year. Those are the backups,
Yeah.
and we have half of them still.
Yeah.
So now we have good.
Now you got good depth
Now we
again.
actually got
you
be-
do.
now
You
you got
do.
depth.
Hey,
You
Joe,
do.
this team may be hard to make.
This time around. This time.
This team may actually be hard to make.
The
this time
real
around.
reason is because we finally opened up the
The checkbook.
pocketbook. The
100%.
pocketbook. That's
Yeah.
the reason why.
But it's a combination.
Listen,
of,
if I'm wrong, somebody tell me. And y'all were there for the 85 team. I mean, y'all was kids for the 83 draft, but y'all
I
were
was
real
3
kids.
years ahead of
I
my
was
time.
4 years old.
You
I
know what
remember
I mean?
everything.
I was
So-
0.
I remember watching it. But I don't remember the draft though.
And that's what I mean. I'm talking about real, just like, hey, we got to fix the trenches. It's not good. I've never seen this in my life.
Pat, hold on. What happened was you actually had a GM.
Oh, okay.
You had a GM and a director, a player, whatever, with Jerry
Personnel.
Venisi and the other guy. You actually had people running the team.
Yeah, we didn't go to that point where they were like, GMs, we don't need that. Let's just go to like
McCaskey said we
whoever's
don't
up
need. The McCaskies was like the Penguin in Batman 2 when they got the Batmobile. They were running. That was them. That was them running the Bears for the last 30 years. Like, oh. And so now you actually have what looks like, because I wasn't necessarily dumping on Poles. Y'all was trying to cook him. He had to build his team. Yeah, I mean,
rightfully so. He did it backwards.
There's wins and losses, but not to the point where I want him fired.
No, he did it backwards. You're
My
wasting your
quarterback got
guys'
sacked
career.
68 times.
He did it backwards.
I do got to play.
You can't go past that. Oh, sorry.
Hey, bro.
They
My
do-
quarterback got
they do,
sacked
but I-
68 times.
I do got a
last
question
season.
though. I do got a question
Go
that could default that is, do we know how much power he really had in that, or was he just playing
Poles?
with Poles? Because the checkbook has been opened up. The checkbook wasn't opened up last year when he said that. So maybe that is the difference. That now he's able. The checkbook is open. He's able to do something.
That's probably why you give credit to Kevin Warren probably stepping in and being a little bit more of an impact in this whole thing.
This is Kevin Warren all the way.
Yeah.
He said, I want to
I'm
win.
about to win. I hate losing.
I
Let's
want
get on
to
board.
win.
Spend your money.
You're not. Did you? What was? Oh, I wish I pulled up that picture that Drew has sent. Every team in the NFL had a quarterback that had threw for 4,000 yards. There was
No, it wasn't
none.
even 4,000 yards. It was 30 touchdowns.
30 touchdowns.
Yeah.
There was no quarterback for the Bears.
Yeah,
every
4,000
team,
yards as
they
well.
listed every quarterback that did that for every squad. We don't even have that.
We've been talking about that for years.
I think the
But
thing
line
is,
play, we had
Yeah.
Eric Kramer was a decent quarterback. He got
was good.
murdered.
He was good.
We only had a few decent quarterbacks. Jay Cutler got here murdered.
Yeah.
I didn't even like Jay Cutler, but he was getting his bell rung.
Yeah.
And now you finally got a quarterback with Caleb where the whole world says, no. He has talent. You can't. This is your fault if you let this young man get killed. By the way, you see what the Commanders been doing over there?
Hey, bro. Hey, look.
The Commanders ain't playing around.
Hey, listen.
That's magic over there.
Hey, listen.
Magic ain't playing.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie
I
to you,
can't-
bro. I'm
yeah,
not
I
gonna
can't.
lie to you. Listen,
I can't wait.
I was cool with the offensive rookie of the year, right? Hey, that's cool. That's offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Jaden can't be that set. Like, relax. How about y'all chill out? Bro, when they was talking about DK going there possibly, I was like, absolutely not. Let's chill out on that. I'm not gonna lie to you. The move to go get Laramie Tunsil today, I think is a bigger move. Miles bigger move than
gave
going
up
to getting
4 picks,
Debo
though.
Samuel.
Dude.
They gave up 4 picks.
That's crazy.
They got a
It is
fourth back,
crazy.
though. They got a
They got a
back.
fourth back, but that is crazy. I could care less about Debo Samuel.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's
They got a 5-time Pro Bowl. They got a freaking offensive line killer over there.
Yeah,
They got better.
Let me tell you a dog.
Yeah.
The Bears ain't. But what I like to see is that there is no real excuse for us not to contend, at least for our division,
Yeah.
or at least dare I say wild card.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go on a limb and say,
Well, listen,
Super Bowl?
but I'm
let's-
not saying that.
Let's
No, I'm not saying that.
Bears championship, Bears championship, Bears championship,
Don't you be
Bears championship. No, listen, and I think we gotta keep it moving here because we've been 20 minutes on this, but. Bro, that's the chant. You didn't know? That's the chant.
championship,
We light a
Bears
candle in the middle. Hold on. We gotta light a candle eventually. Don't let no elders see this. But you gotta Bears championship, Bears championship, Bears championship.
We split.
It's like it's like a power up for the Bears. You know what I mean? It's like Dragon Ball Z.
It's to get the stadium.
No, I'm just playing.
we doing that to get the stadium. The stadium is next. That's what's next. All this is for the stadium.
I think the thing that I love about the Dalman get is it solidifies what we were seeing. Hey, the checkbook is not only open, but we're going after the best that's available right now. Now, I'm not going to tell you, Drew Dalman's not a top 5 center.
No.
That's why we put him good.
He's not a top 5
We put him
center.
good.
He's solid.
To me, he is a top 10 center. He's probably in that 6 to 8 range, right?
It's better than what we had.
100%. He is not a bottom 3 center.
Best since
And I
Olin.
think that, to me, is the biggest improvement of all of this. And by the way, he essentially has Coleman Shelton measurables. But he knows how to use his body. He's got a little bit,
Fits the
more
run scheme
base
perfectly. Yeah.
on
Run
him.
scheme, yeah.
You know what I mean? A little bit more mass on that bottom side. I said mass. M-A-S-S. A little bit more mass on that bottom side. I think that those are things that, to me, you look at the Chicago Bears and say, okay, this is an improvement. Not only can he snap, not only can he do all the things Coleman Shelton did last season, but he doesn't end up on bended knee like it's a Boys to Men song.
I'm down on bended knee. I didn't know we were going to that song. I'll never walk again.
Yeah, Coleman Shelton did. But I think that is so much of an improvement. That's the part for me that I do think that gets me the most excited about going to these trenches. We can bring them up.
You can?
I can't pull them up because we don't have the thing on here.
Okay,
you got
that's
that
what-
Apple computer.
Don't
But Dan Tanner, shout out for the super chat, said LOL
Tanner.
for the Bears chant. Great Bears merchandise. Joel and JC.
We'll work. Oh,
y'all
earlier.
Earlier.
Yeah.
It's the Bears.
Yeah,
I didn't
they
feel like
spend
wearing
money.
I didn't feel like wearing a jersey today.
Yeah, they spend money. By the way, just in case you guys were wondering, over 300 in the chat.
300.
Over 400 in the chat. 400. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star
Let's
review.
go.
Y'all know what to do. Let's keep it moving, my guys.
Keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving. Who do we got next
it
on this
moving.
list?
Dale.
Dale. Miss Dale. Daylight come at me, no wanna go home. I might actually want to go home now. We got Dale in the building.
breeze
I might actually-
murders the hits.
Let's go home, baby.
The
I don't
Chicago,
know anything about this guy.
Oh.
Let me
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you.
Hey.
And you know what? I think what though, Joel, to me, that's perfect though. And the reason hey, I caught it is hilarious. That's perfect though, because
Yeah.
to me, that is how most Bears fans are with this signing. Because when you look at the numbers, what'd you see?
I'm gonna say this.
4 sacks.
Go ahead.
No. I said based off the contract, and no, it must be potential. And I said what this reminds me of is an Akeem Hicks move. When we signed Akeem Hicks, it was like, okay, and then he ends up being a
Think
whole.
about that.
He was a killer. And matter of fact, he was the linchpin of that 3-4 defense that we had. So, it was one of those. This could be a similar signing. Like, all right, but they're not going to sign this guy at the $48 million, $32 million guaranteed, and he ain't doing nothing unless this is one of the biggest busts contracts.
No.
But he should be based off of I trust that. Okay, Dennis Allen, if he wants him, and we got Grady Jarrett, I'm hoping we got us a killer.
To me, this is a move, and I think this is what I talked about when the news broke, and I'm sure JC was watching the video.
Dark Mind said, my lady just closed the door on me because of y'all singing.
Shout out to you, Dark Minds. We just saved you. But no, that was mean. I'm sorry. I don't know your lady. I don't know if that was apt or not. But no, to me, the conversation on Dale Odengbo is a 13% pass rush win rate. When he's on the field, 67, not 69, 67.
All right.
67
I hear you.
Little
percent
change.
of
Little
the
change.
plays. 67
Little change.
percent of the plays
Uh-huh.
that he's on the field for
Yeah.
either went for a career high 7 tackles for loss
Oh.
or no gain.
And there you have it, homeboy.
So what you're saying
So
is
the
he
guy,
matters.
so the guy opposite of Montez Sweat. While I understand the sack numbers are not sexy,
no,
right?
Not at all.
The sack numbers are
4.
not
I
sexy.
keep thinking 4. I think.
The guy opposite of Montez Sweat, when he's on the field, 67% of the time does not allow a play to get past him,
That's good.
or creates a tackle for loss. Is that a good player?
Yeah.
Sounds
Dang
good to me.
player.
We did need help with
You
the
take
run,
that
too.
player?
I'll take that player.
Dang good player.
We
Come
put
on.
him as he's blue, right? Dale.
I got him as good right now. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not
Gotta-
gonna
gotta prove
overhype
it.
him. I'm
Gotta
not gonna
prove it
say that.
first.
Listen, there is and Baki brought this up earlier on the show, and I think that this is a conversation that you have to have as well, right? Is there's going to be an up and down with Dale Odengbo that I think you have to go and kind of go through the roller coaster with, right? Where, to me, he's the kind of player who he can have a 15 sack season. He can have a 6 sack season. But the bottom line for him is he's going to create the pressure. He's going to force the quarterback to do things he doesn't want to do for the other guy. And I know that can be a lot for somebody who has a $60 million contract. But and like I was saying, Baki brought this up earlier. Go look at Cam Jordan's numbers. Now, I'm not telling you he's Cam Jordan. I'm never gonna say that this dude.
I don't know,
can
man.
be-
I felt like you said Cam Jordan.
I'm never gonna say that
Nope,
this
I'm
dude
running
can
with
be
it.
one of the best defensive ends in football. Even
No,
though,
I'm running with it. Never
even
said
though
Cam
there's some
Jordan.
potential there.
Book it.
That's why you got to clarify it like this, right? But to me, in a Dennis Allen system, somebody who is very similarly built to him had up and down years. But the production as far as creating pressure, beating the guy opposite of him, getting in the face of the quarterback was always consistent. Now, Cam Jordan has been a 15.5 sack guy. He's also been a 6 sack guy.
Yeah.
The pressure remained consistent. And that, to me, is the kind of player that you've gotten in Dayo Odeyingbo. That's why, to me, I'm not going to lie to you, I love all 3 names that we signed today.
Absolutely.
He's my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. I think Chicago
That's a
was
dark horse
banking
pick.
on the upside for this type of guy. When you first heard it, and I'm going to be honest, when I first heard it, I was like, you know what, let me do a little research first before I go and just kind of blast this pick, because we're all thinking, oh, Trey Hendrickson,
Yeah.
Trey or bust, right? When you come out of nowhere and you get Dayo, I said, let's go to the tape. Because when I look at the stats, I'm like, 4 sacks. What's going on? Why are we paying him $16 million? But in the grand
And I
scheme
think
of things,
PFF got a weird way of measuring sacks. I'm
Yeah.
seeing 2.5 everywhere else.
okay,
And
I
I'm
thought
seeing
I saw
4 on PFF. No, you're not wrong. I saw
Okay.
4 as well.
Okay.
But I'm seeing 2.5 everywhere else. I don't
Either
know how
way.
PFF is measuring these sacks.
Either way, I think,
Pause.
that's low. Not a lot of sack getting there like Trey, huh?
That's kind of crazy. That's crazy.
Don't
No,
throw
what
any
was he,
sack.
a sack? What did he say the other day?
He was a sack getter.
He was a sack
getter.
getter.
He's a sack
Trey
getter.
Hendrickson is
This
the best
guy's
sack getter in the league.
guy's getting sacks.
But my thing is, yeah, you're looking at the upside on this guy, and you're banking on that. If you look at the tape, just strictly look at the tape, you can see somebody who's physical, who is has a high motor. You're not going to coach that out of him. He is a guy who is extremely talented from the height. Physical tool trait, 6'6", 286 pounds. When you pair him up with Dennis Allen, I think that he's somebody who will develop into a very special player.
Yeah.
He can play defensive tackle. He can also play the outside and edge. And I think he's an upgrade from the guys we let go of. Again, when you think about DeMarcus Walker and what he provided for us,
You know I like a D.
I think that's an upgrade.
chain to chain connection.
Goodbye.
I'm
Me and
cool with the
D-Walk- me and
chain-to-chain
D-Walk- me and
connection.
D-Walk always got a
Hey, that's
connection,
fine,
man.
but he's easily replaceable in my book.
Ah,
And so,
you son
hey,
of a-
well, I'm just
You
saying.
like punters.
Troy Taylor's definitely not replaceable. I'm just saying.
Although we
Man.
come
That's right.
to the yeah, where?
All right. Anyway, my thing is, yes,
End of the road for what's the name? End of the road.
Will you shut up?
You know what? Keep going. Jay.
God.
Sorry for the
Dave,
interjection.
just
You were flowing.
saying nowhere.
Bro,
Damn.
1 cup.
What? What?
He's had 1 cup.
Already, and he's just out of his mind.
I'm just
I already
happy.
know.
This is my happy juice.
Did
This
you
is
eat
Bears
today?
happy juice.
I didn't drink half. I'm still good.
Did
I
have
like
a
this
nap
night.
today?
I did not. I'm delirious.
I think you need one.
Right.
Bears euphoria. We're going to the Super Bowl. Woo! And we're going to Hallis Hall, and then we're going to go to Soldier Field, and we're going to take it to the Super Bowl. Yeah!
What was it? What was the guy's name?
That was a presidential.
I don't know
That
what
was a
the-
president.
Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up my point. My point is, I love
hurry
the
up,
pick.
man.
I think it's the most underrated pick that we got today because we thought we were going for, like I said, the big fish and Trey. But I think this is going to be a very special signing at the end of it all.
Drew, what was your thoughts on the signing of Dayo Odeyingbo?
I'm on the fence about the signing, to be honest with you. That was advocate. That's a lot of money to pay for potential that we could have possibly gotten in the draft. But what I think it does do is provides depth on the defensive line. He actually will probably make our first and 2 second-year players a little bit better because they can come in on spot duty. And we also we needed help in the run. He, with his tackles for loss, that means he's a good run stuffer.
Yeah.
So you always you want to pay for sacks, but as you says, good solid defensive player in the trenches. With the prices of the trenches right now, maybe this deal is not as much because you see some of the ends got $40 million plus, and you're only paying them 16. And if he gives you close to 8 to 10 sacks, then it's a deal.
Our cap is pretty much cooked.
Well, I think right now what you're dealing with is you got the draft picks left.
No, like based off, if you're talking about 16 and 12, like he's 16 million.
He's 16.
Yeah.
Dalman's about
14
million, so that's like
Which
30
was
million
a
right
bu-
there.
a
We
bit,
had 37 million left,
budget. Yeah.
and then you got Grady Jarrett, which we didn't expect to get, which we had to get to him.
Yeah. Well, you got to see how the contracts play out. You got to see if they're front loaded or back loaded. There's a lot of stuff we still.
There's a lot of backloading.
Well,
A lot of backloading
Hey.
there.
Whoa. Whoa.
There's a lot of backloading.
Hello.
Whoa.
Hello.
No, but I think that there's still a lot that you could talk about with the Chicago Bears. What do we got here? Breaking news from Baki.
What's going on?
Broncos have agreed to a deal with Dre Greenlaw.
That's cool.
That's a good sign.
Linebacker? Yeah,
It's a good
no,
sign.
It's not bad.
It's a good sign.
Denver's built something
Michael in the building, $4.99 super chat. Appreciate you, my guy. $5 super chat. I don't know why I did the 99. Ayo, I think with Jarrett and Montez, Dale's gonna shine. Dope show, yo, 100. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. That's his first
Appreciate
super
it.
chat
Thank
ever.
you.
Celebrated. Clap it up for him, supporting the show and that man. Appreciate y'all.
And SWAT, that is tequila, my guy. That's what we're doing.
No, but which brand? Whoever's paying.
I paid for that one.
Corlejo.
I didn't say who it was.
Sponsor sheep.
No, but like I think the conversation around a guy like Dale Odangbo is, to me, if you're going to go out and get a guy like this, one, Dennis Allen, who you think is great. What happened?
She said backloaded, just
Guys,
like
turn
my
it into
lady.
PK before our eyes. Guys,
So what's our boy, the comedian? He's like, I like my women like on the side.
Oh,
of the
Tony
road.
Baker. Tony
Oh,
Baker.
my
Tony
God.
Baker.
Tony
That's
Baker.
hilarious.
I like my car like I like my women. Busted on the side of the road.
What? I like my women backloaded, just how I like my women.
Stupid.
No, but I think the conversation around going out and getting Dale Odangbo is Dennis Allen is seeing something that he can utilize, and he's seeing something that has been familiar in his defense.
Right.
And that's what I like. And the guy that is most familiar in his defense is a Cam Jordan. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
It is a guy who's been one of the best. And now you're talking about, do you believe
similar
that
measurables?
do you believe that this coaching staff can develop?
Yes.
Well, it sounds.
That's the question you got to ask. Do you believe that this coaching staff can develop guys? Do you believe that this coaching staff can get the most out of players?
This is where Ben Johnson's point is true when he talked about if you don't go get the special player, it's about all 11 players being able to be played well together.
Yeah.
And doing your role. We didn't go out and get Trey Hendrickson. We got somebody who has the potential to be, maybe 10-plus sack getter. But we never know. So now you get this guy, and then you get Grady Jarrett, as we'll be talking about coming up next. That's where you need all of your guys to kind of work well together. You need them to mesh. And so I think a player like this is somebody that's under the radar that could do that.
What I like is that based off the pedigree of the coaching that we brought in, it's kind of like the Lovey situation. When he came in, okay, he got the guys that fit the system. We saw a dominating defense. Even with Eberflus, we had actually pretty good defense. The pedigree, we know the system works. Now you're bringing in Dennis Allen with a system that works, and you've seen it so time and time again. To him, he's going to say, I've seen this. This is my guy I need. I'm hoping that this guy lives up to what he needs him to be as a Cam Jordan. But with Grady Jarrett, with Javon Dexter, with Montez Sweat, we're going to see some difference. And we still got Billings. Like, we still have depth on this D-line.
Yes.
And then whoever we end up if we end up drafting, and we still got Booker. We don't know what Booker's going to end up being in this defense. Is he more? He seems more on the smaller side at 6'3", 240. He's more like linebacker-ish in this type of defense, in my opinion. So it's going to be interesting to see.
He got to add.
He's 6'4", 240.
Listen,
45.
Listen, this is what I always say, right? And it depends on the player. But Henry Melton, who, by the way, go support Henry Melton's GoFundMe. I don't know if y'all saw, but he had to have an open heart surgery due to some issues that he had, some complications he had while working out. So go tap in with his GoFundMe on YouTube. We'll also drop the link in the comments below for those who haven't got an opportunity to see kind of the story and everything that went on with that. But we talked about it on the Chicago Bears podcast. But you remember Henry Melton?
He was, he was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, he was a running back.
Yeah.
So you're saying
He was literally a running back.
So you're saying they could play other positions?
No, what I'm saying is fatten this guy up. We live in Chicago. Hey, have a pizza.
Yeah.
Eat 5,000 calories
Jason
a day.
McKee, Jason McKee, who I do the show with, he was just a running back.
Yeah, and bulked up.
And got to college, and they said, we're going to play you a fullback. And he was like, okay, well, what do I got to do? He's like, here's 6 chicken sandwiches.
Or
finish 'em.
6 steaks.
Or 6 steaks.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Like that to me is a conversation you can have with Austin Booker if you want to get him to that point, if you want to make something if you want to make him kind of fit the position more. But again, we're talking about this coaching staff and being able to, by the way, before I finish that point, I did want to bring out this point. Just one more thing. Over 500 in the chat. 500. 500.
You play to win the game.
Yes, we do, Herm Edwards.
Yeah, all right.
Hello?
Herm.
I'm sorry.
Jeez.
I'm sorry. Hello.
Hello.
I think that the big thing for the Bears now is you've got these pieces in here. Do you trust the coaching staff to make the moves to put them in the best position, especially when you talk about somebody like a Grady Jarrett, who is a little bit longer in the tooth, 32 years old, going to be at the start of this season. I think that you look at last season's numbers and you don't sit there and they jump off the page at you. In fact, I would say you look at last season's numbers and you say that you've got somebody who may be coming off of an ACL injury, took a little bit of a step back last season. But to me, I think you're fixing a problem that you created last season. Andrew Billings became this amazing pass rusher while he was healthy, where his pass rush win rate was immensely improved based on everything that we had seen throughout his entire career. He was getting in the quarterback's face. We were sitting here on Sundays just going, oh, my, I've never seen Andrew Billings pass rush like this. This doesn't make sense. I think that you changed the core of who he was, and what was the result of it?
He was
Run defense fell off a mountain.
Well,
To me, going out and getting a guy like Grady Jarrett, who I think at 3 years, $43.5 million, $28.5 million guaranteed, basically a 2-year deal. You're saying we need an answer now. We're still probably going to try and get an answer in the future, but we need an answer now. And that answer of a guy who can be that size, who can be the pass rusher that we told Andrew Billings to go out there and be, I think you allow Andrew Billings to get back to what we've seen him be basically for his entire career, which is a run-stuffing kind of player who, yes, he is quick and he's very quick. We watched the 40-time video where they literally listed him at a 4.22.
The altered 40
time.
time.
But I mean his real 40 time is a 4.5 or 4 no, is a 4.95.
Not bad.
He was still in the fours. Like, he's a guy who is meant for run stuffing and chasing down running backs.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of player that you wanted him to be. He stopped being that guy when I think the focus for the DC last year was get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll adjust what I got to do to get to the quarterback. Yeah. Now, let him go back to being the run stuffing guy, the guy he's supposed to be. And let Grady Jarrett be the guy who gets to the pass.
I just like the fact that if we're going to create it's really about the depth and the rotation. So to be able to stack up talent, and we still got a draft. We got another super chat. Blorange Tears.
Shout out to Blorange Tears. That Bears fan since Vince Evans.
Poor
Jesus.
guy. Poor
Poor
Blorange.
bastard.
Vince Evans, that's 1970.
Poles is getting what a competent coach wants. Now draft a high upside pass rusher and a left tackle, right tackle, trade back if necessary. I agree with you. I agree with you. Oh, Najee Harris to the Chargers per Baki per somebody else. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the Steelers don't want you, I don't know.
They got no wide receivers.
No, that's not bad. Steelers players have been going all over the place.
They have no wide receivers.
Yeah. Well,
who, the Chargers?
The Chargers have no wide receivers.
Allen's probably going back home.
They got McConkey, and that's about it.
I do like Lad McConkey.
Yeah,
I've got him as a
nice
key
lad
starter.
over there.
He's a good lad.
He's a good lad.
Anyway, you were saying?
No, Keenan probably ends up going back over there. But I mean, what we're doing here is really building the squad, which is awesome, and it's actually being done the right way. We're looking like a modern NFL team. And so if Grady Jarrett, if we can get, he's 31, almost 32, you said?
He'll be 32. I think he's playing his age 32 season
At this, you probably get a good 2 years out of this guy. But to me, there's a lot of stopgap stuff. They want to win now, and then they're going to develop players in the future. So we might we go for a Mason Graham?
If he's there at 10, listen, I'm going to tell you right now.
And now,
if we come out of all of this free agency and we get a Mason Graham at 10, somebody rush me a pack of Marlboro shorts. I'm going to need a pack of Marlboro shorts.
Need a Newport to drink.
I might need some Newports.
Need a Newport to drink.
Grady,
Oh,
Billings,
my
and
God.
Javon. That's a nasty rotation.
Now, do we go ahead and move to the last topic?
Well, no, I didn't get.
Nobody got it.
We didn't even talk about a chance to talk about. It's all about you, right? It's all about you, right?
Did I speak about Grady Jarrett?
You just did.
Oh, sorry.
Jerk. Anyway,
Cut his
God.
mic. Cut his mic.
It can only be Jared. It can only be Joel right now. Jesus. All right,
Like how I got that
go
color
quick
balance
for
on you, Jordan? You see that camera on you?
Oh,
I did that.
Is it finally on me? All right, let me get my little 15 seconds
Jerk.
of stupid fame. Anyway, no, I love the Grady Jarrett sign. Actually, this is the out of nowhere signing. I had no idea he was even on the market. I had no idea we were even like thinking about signing Grady Jarrett. I think a lot of people think that his best days are behind him, but if you look at the line, there was not a whole lot of help outside of him. He was getting double teamed a lot. When you got this guy one-on-one, he is a mauler. Former wrestling champion, I believe. Like, he still has a lot in him that he can give. And then on top of that, you might be limiting his snaps. And so if you're talking about a fresh, healthy rotation of Grady Jarrett, Billings if he's healthy, whoever we get in the draft, oh, my God, if it's Mason Graham. Oh, boy, I'm salivating almost got a little.
Whoa.
Sorry. Those four-headed
Is that a media offseason?
Yeah, oh, boy, I'm sweating. Hold on. Jesus Christ.
Well, that happens every time.
Yeah, that does. I'm sorry. I got to sweat.
We're not going to drop that picture, but my God. It was dark in the room.
I'm just saying. I mean, like, it's going to get pretty nasty in the trenches if we go that route. But Grady Jarrett, very good signing. I love it.
We got another super chat from the finisher.
The finisher, shout out to you. That's what'll be happening if we get Mason Graham. It says, speaking of, if we can afford it, are you taking Cup or Allen? Absolutely not.
No.
We'll move on from that. Willie Lampkin in the chat.
Willie Lampkin. I forgot about it. What did the guy say when we were on our way?
Oh, I told you about a Willie
Turner
Lampkin.
Lampkin or something.
I told you about a Willie Lampkin.
Shout out. Is his first?
So shout out to the super chat from Willie Lampkin. Willie Lampkin is, if you watch Omarion Hampton tape, there is a 5'9",
doesn't make any sense,
270-pound right guard.
What?
That does not make sense, bro. I'm telling
He's
you,
all wide.
bro. I want the Chicago Bears to get him so bad. Bro, he's a people mover, bro. It don't make sense that he moves people.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He kills children, bro. Like I'm talking about. He just it shouldn't make sense.
No.
I want them to get him in the 6th round. But shout out to Willie Lampkin in the chat.
Shout
Said
out.
love the content. This changes to mock drafts, running back and safety, more of a luxury considerations to be considerations to likely being filled after left tackle. I could see. Listen, I think this creates a tremendous amount of flexibility for the draft. Drew, what are your thoughts on? What are your thoughts on the Grady Jarrett signing and how this changes things for the draft?
Actually, it came out of nowhere. It was one of them gut punches that was like, oh, this changes everything because it adds so much depth in the middle to what we already have and people coming back from injury. And he's another run stuffer that can actually, get to the quarterback as needed. He's that in-between guy that he can pass and he can hit the run. It's just a great signing altogether. And, we gave him a little bit of money for a 32-year-old, but if you get at least 2-3 more years out of him, then it's worth it. But as far as changing our draft strategy, it does. It just adds, because this is not a real good draft, but it's a solid draft as far as depth pieces. And to me, that just adds on to now we're going to get a lot of rotational players that's going to work crazy.
Yeah.
I think. I didn't even speak on Grady Jarrett, but I definitely
You did. You're
but-
just drunk.
As always, you get a second take and a third and a fourth.
So I was gonna say,
One more time.
no.
Repeat,
'cause
Joe?
When
Come again?
No, because
Some more time?
we were talking in the
One more time,
chat, I was like, yo, I exploded because it was like, whoa, Grady Jarrett.
Yeah.
Give me the flag.
Come on.
Yeah.
Exploded.
Exploded. What? Exploded.
I was excited,
Exploded.
man. This made me tingle
Joe's
inside.
going off the rails
I
today.
said, what was called this brother? He had load management issues over there.
Oh, did he now? Yeah.
No, this was a good move. Anyways, all right, so that's all I wanted to add. That's all I wanted to add to that, Pat.
By the way, this is pure cap. This says Willie Lampkin is 5'11", 290 pounds. That man is not too.
Well, they're saying he's 5'10".
So he's
man.
5'9"?
Now they're saying 5'10".
Bro.
They go all
Bro,
over
look.
the place.
So
They
down
add 2
here.
inches.
Look at this.
Yeah,
No, look at
they
this.
add
This
2
is
inches
what he
on it.
measured in at
Show on
the draft. We can show them. Is it gonna pop up? Oh no, Drew's on it.
He can flip it.
It says he measured at the combine 5'10", and 270 pounds, which is even better. Because I pray for y'all to go watch this man play.
They have an elite. They
Bro,
say he's got an elite
smaller
run
than me.
block.
Bro, he's smaller than you, bro.
Bro, I need to go ahead and sign up for.
No, you just need to go to the gym. But at the end of the day, dog, I would love to see. Just go get this guy.
Hey, he could be
Make
a
it
project.
happen in
He
the
could be a
draft.
project.
Oh, he's for sure a project because I don't think he can play guard
Yeah,
at the
he's a
NFL
project.
level. I think he would have to find a way to play center
He's
because it allows you to snap the football and get more leverage and stuff like
He's
that.
the reverse Aaron Donald.
Dog.
What?
No.
Oh,
Donald's
wait a
like
minute, though.
6 foot.
Wait a
No,
minute.
Aaron Donald was undersized for his spot too.
I know, but wait a minute.
Is that what
Oh,
you
you
mean?
saying on the other side?
Yeah,
That's
put
what
him
you
on
mean.
the other
Okay.
side.
Yeah. As
I
a,
wouldn't go
that
that
size? Yeah. he's the
Man,
reverse Aaron Donald.
that's a home wrecker right
Bro,
there.
I'm telling you right now, dog. A Willie Lampkin. Let me get a Willie Lampkin in the building. I'm all in on it. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Let's finish out the show with this one right here, because I think this is an interesting topic now, and we've kind of touched on it a little bit, not gone in depth on it, but with all of this, give it a second. Give it a second. And hey, yo, Poles. Who we drafted? I think that's the biggest question right now. When you look at the Chicago Bears now, right, and I think a lot of people are feeling the Ashton Genty conversation. They feel like this leads straight to Genty. To me, all you've seen is trenches the entire offseason.
More.
All you've seen is trenches.
More.
Trenches. Trenches.
More.
Give me
Feed me
more.
more. Feed me
Trenches.
more.
And I know you guys are,
Feed me,
we did the
Seymour,
trade back.
feed me.
We did the trade back mock draft scenario where we take Omarion Hampton at 17. But,
yeah.
Listen, not to
up
say,
71.
I do believe the Chicago Bears will take a running back within the first 2 rounds, which is not thrilling to me, but I do believe that will happen.
You gotta
Whether it happens
understand
in the
at this
second or
point.
when it happens in the first. I don't understand it. Go out and get you as many people in the trenches as you can. You take a 6th-round running back. Hey,
That's
Bucky
crazy.
Bucky Irvin looks great right now behind a good line,
you keep
doesn't
talking
he?
about Bucky Irvin, all
4th
right? I
round?
get it, all right?
Yeah.
That was
Dude,
last year.
Yeah, punty, punt.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a punt for you. But I think to me, what happens more to me, this more screams continuing the building in the trenches because Joe Thuney is not a long-term piece.
No,
No.
he's the older guy.
Jonah Jackson is maybe a long-term piece, but you can get out of his
Stay
contract
healthy.
next season if
We
you
don't know.
if you don't like it, and if he can stay
stay
healthy.
healthy.
We don't know
Yeah.
about Corona.
Darnell Wright, I think, is a long-term piece. We don't know about
Another
Karan,
name.
but what I
Yep.
do know is Armand Membo is good right now.
Oh boy.
Well, there you have it, homeboy.
We don't know what Karan Amagaji is with his 1 year of NFL experience, but I'll bet you Armand Membo is better. And you know when it's a lot easier to move on from a 3rd-round pick that you regret when you get a guy in the 1st round that can do the
Yeah,
job.
that makes sense. Yep.
And so I do think that trenches to me is still a high priority for the Chicago Bears. Boys, what do you think the Bears do in the first couple of rounds of this draft here?
Man, I mean, you got me. You're talking about just extending just adding more to the trenches. I mean, I hear you. that is actually a really good plan. We're gonna go running back.
You son of a!
We're going running back at 10. We're going to back him up with another running back at 39, Caleb Johnson.
Yeah.
We're going Scatterboo at 41. And then we're going to go Trey Hendrickson. I mean, rather, what is it, guy from Ohio State?
Henderson?
Travion Henderson at 72. 4 running backs. And let him duke it out in the offseason.
And then
4.
You still got Swift.
You got a problem with that?
Yeah.
What's Drew doing?
Breeze Nation! Breeze Nation! Back me up, Breeze Nation.
4
4 running backs.
4 freaking running backs.
We got all these
Okay.
running backs. No.
See, I've got these running backs. They called me running scissor fingers.
No, realistically, honestly, in all seriousness, if it depends on who's there at 10. You go for best player available. I actually do not want Ashton Genty if he's there and you still got Mike Green on the board. If for whatever reason Mason Graham is there, I'm going Mason Graham no matter what. Or whoa, don't die.
Give him the
Don't die on
Heimlich.
us now,
Give him the
Joe.
Heimlich.
Jesus, slap! He just slapped his shoulder.
Keep going.
Hi. Makes me good. So then, yeah,
goddamn running backs.
if that doesn't happen, I
Running
would be
back
fine
takes his
with
breath
trading
away.
back. I'd be fine with trading back.
I like your logic of taking Mimbo.
I like that you were dying.
Back to you, Joe.
I like that you were dying, but
like-
you were like, I'm getting this point out.
No,
gotta
because
be
like,
done.
like if you look at we all agree that Braxton Jones, he's just average.
He's the weakling. Well, yeah, we know that.
I
He's the
like-
weak
So
link.
you have a chance that if you roll with Swift and take a run, if they want to improve their running game and take a running back in the second round, I'm fine if you actually go and get Mimbo or a left tackle of that caliber if it's Josh Simmons at 10. I can see that.
Right.
You still got the sec. Now, the other logic is you get the best player, which could be a running back or it could be the defensive player in the second round. If you're still looking at like Wyatt Milliam, if he's there, that
really
could,
like
could
that guy.
potentially be your left tackle if he's graded that high.
Yeah.
It could be one of those guys. It might be maybe the guy. What's the guy from Minnesota? The other tackle. Like it might be one of those guys who they grade. So
Look him up.
I could see
Tackle from Minnesota.
Ariante Ursay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It could be.
All right, another name.
Look at you.
Well, a little
Hey.
bit, yeah.
Look
So,
at
You on some
Well,
draft
well.
coverage.
I'm doing my Frank the Tank, But I think
Are
that
you in Frank the Tank's algorithm now? I love Frank the Tank. He's supposed to be doing a walk with Waddle and Sylvie. He's just a wealth of knowledge. He just knows
awesome.
everything.
But I think that I could see them. You're almost at a luxury right now at who you draft. So it is almost the best player available. But with 2 second-round picks,
Yeah.
you can still address either running back in the second round. I'm fine with that. But the whole point is that if they're valuing, these guys are clearly moving up the ranks in the draft. Like a lot of these guys at first were second, third day guys. Now you're looking at 3-4 guys that are going in the first round. Caleb Johnson, Amarian Hampton, of course, Genty. Like these are all now
I
first
don't know
round
if
dudes.
Caleb Johnson's a first round.
They had him going first
No.
round.
Who had him going first?
No,
Late
Amarian-
first round.
Amarian and
Amarion's
Ashton.
mid first round.
I wouldn't see Caleb. Caleb's again.
Caleb
His 40
Johnson?
times stinks.
I'm just saying that's where the big board is. Either way, I'm fine if
think that'll
we
change.
take an offensive lineman to fix and we totally rebuilt the whole line in 1 year, outside of Darnell Wright.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. If we go ahead and take a running back, that means that they're going to stick with Braxton, but they may take a tackle in the second round.
Well, and I'll be real with you. Listen, we were sitting here. Remember when we did our mock draft? And I don't know if you were watching, Drew, but like the quarterbacks kept going just later and later, and we were like, "What the heck is going
I
on?"
went to the
I
Giants
watched
in
it.
the
They
second
dropped.
round.
We just kept going. This makes
Yeah.
no sense. Like
Yeah.
I restarted it 3 times, and the quarterbacks kept going later and later.
Oh yeah, I was in the chat. I
Cam Ward was
commented.
the only first round quarterback.
The Cleveland Browns today traded for Kenny Pickett.
What?
Yep. Cleveland Browns traded for Kenny Pickett.
So that's your
Yeah.
bridge.
Tennessee doesn't
don't
want
like- I
Cam
don't
Ward.
like
It
that.
doesn't seem like.
Wow. That's crazy.
Now it doesn't mean they can't go Cam Ward. Maybe they view Kenny Pickett as a backup, but they don't have a ton of money. So,
But they're saying the other guy. There's the
So
Jackson
what-
Dart.
well,
Who's
Jack,
up?
well, what I'm
But
saying,
he's
what
not-
I'm saying
he's not
is,
projected to go first round though.
what I'm saying is, as you look at the board, you start to go, well, you thought the quarterbacks were going to be what shook things up,
Right.
and now it feels like all the quarterbacks are going to be much later
Which-
on
which
in this
Shador hurt his
process.
stock.
screws us.
Shador hurt his stock. I keep saying that. He hurt his stock by not involving himself in any part of the combine.
No, because Caleb didn't do the combine like that last
Yeah,
year.
but
No, but
Caleb
Caleb
was
did
already
his
a
pro day,
guy.
he
There
was
was no
still-
question.
he still
on
interviewed.
No,
Caleb.
you're going to do pro days. The whole point is the interview. They didn't like his interview, Shador. They said he was too cocky, too arrogant, too whatever.
I love it.
That's fine with me.
That's what I'm saying.
He probably did himself a favor going to a better team in the later round.
I fully feel like he's going to be good. I fully feel like
Really?
he's going to be good.
Yeah.
I
I don't see it.
The
I
bad
think-
teams suck at the top.
I really do believe that he is.
Who would you compare him to in the league?
I think he's trying to be Dion,
I would say he's Geno.
which is fine.
Dion who? Oh, his dad?
I think he's trying to be Dion.
What do you mean as far as
Where
the way
Dion
he's
was
going
like,
about
I'm
it?
coming
bravado,
in.
the
brash.
But people
Gotcha.
don't look at dealing with talent the same way
Gotcha.
because there is such an abundance of talent. Back then, Dion was a special kind of guy, and I think he'd still be special today.
He has special traits.
He has special traits.
His son doesn't, though.
Dion literally said the other day.
That's the big
But
difference.
see, that's the thing. Does he have special traits, but people don't care? Right? They're like, we're not dealing with that.
Yeah.
We're not dealing with your dad. We're not dealing with you because we don't want to have that headache.
What they said his special trait is accuracy, and accuracy is wonderful. Don't get me wrong,
That's
but
the
it's
most
not.
important part of a quarterback.
You
I
need
know,
accuracy.
but it's not.
about arm
It's not one of
strength?
those
What about
measurables
mobility, pocket
that they like to.
awareness?
They say we got to have it.
Well, which is why I say I think he's doing himself a service where a lot of people are like, you're causing yourself to drop in the draft. You know why Geno was bad? The Jets.
Yeah,
The Jets were the best team that
think
could
he went
take
hand
him,
in
and
hand.
so they took the best quarterback in the draft. The Jets sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And
that
they're
went hand
bad
in
at
hand, though.
developing quarterbacks. You know who's usually probably pretty good at developing quarterbacks? Teams later on in the draft.
Yeah, because they're the better teams.
Yeah, he probably helped himself.
Yeah.
I don't have to go to a weak team. I can
You know what I
actually
mean?
win
And
now.
he might fall himself into a Mahomes
See,
situation.
Or you're behind the quarterback.
He
and
might
you-
fall
you-
into a
you learn-
Mahomes
you learn.
situation, which would be ideal for
Which
him.
would be ideal for him. And I'll be honest with you, I think, listen, you can sit there and guys can stand on their high horse all they want. If we're being honest, if we get to like 15, 16 and a team needs a quarterback, Shadur Sanders is going to be
Yeah, what if you go? No, we don't like. Well, Indianapolis. I was gonna say them. What's the name?
I'll
is-
be
is a
honest with you.
bust.
Where's Minnesota at?
Oh, no, they're not. They got
gonna
JJ.
stick with JJ.
They got JJ.
We'll see.
They're gonna move off.
No,
him
they
next
real
week.
high on JJ.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Everybody's high until, you got to take a guy. Or you got the opportunity to take a guy.
It would be the Rams.
Dallas.
It'd be a bridge.
Could be
for-
Dallas.
No,
Dallas.
No,
Could be Dallas.
It
Oh, that
be-
could be
it
Dallas. Oh, that'd be Dallas. That'd be Dallas all
Actually,
day long.
Dallas would.
That'd be
I
Dallas
thought
all day
Dallas-
long.
I can
That'd be
see
Dallas
Shadur
all
there.
day
Or the
long.
Rams.
And then his dad is coming
I
into
can
the
see the
year.
Rams. I can see the
The
Rams.
Rams now.
You
If
don't
he
know who the
falls that
backup
far, he
is.
got to get down there.
I mean, that's 2026.
But you know what Dallas is on.
Yeah.
We need a bridge year so we
Yeah.
can get your father here
Pretty much.
because that's what we want.
Yes, sir.
that could.
You want to keep coaching your son? We got him.
Yeah, we got him.
Yeah,
That's
let's see.
interesting.
Jerry's over here like I'm making deals,
That's
baby.
interesting.
Yeah, and losing Super Bowls, or losing in the playoffs, or not even making the playoffs, or the heck, Cowboys.
I saw what you did there.
I
buddy.
hate them. No, man, listen. I think if you're talking about the Chicago Bears, though, right now in the draft, to me, the conversation on the running back, I think it does. It can happen because you have 3 picks early on.
Right.
I wouldn't allow that to happen to me until the second round. I would be more even in the trade back scenario, because that's what a lot of people have said. Well, what if you trade back, Pat? Would you take a running back there like you did in the mock draft? No, and I love Omarion Hampton.
You don't love him.
But if
Josh.
you love him, then don't say you love
You
him.
don't love him.
But
you
if
don't
you're
love him.
but if you're telling me I can
You
get
like
a guy like Gray Zabel, which while I have Joe Thuney, who's playing left guard, he can learn from Joe Thuney. I can have him swap in at center, left guard, or left tackle. By the way, left tackle question mark position. Or at 17, I'm going with an Armand Membo. If he falls that far, might have to take him at 10. But you're telling me my offseason consists of fixing either 4 of the 5 pieces on my offensive line, or 3 and a defensive player on the other side, and Mike Green, Mason Graham, whoever it is that's there, that's on the defensive side, because there's a bunch of edge rushers out here, or doing that in the second. Like, I feel like the Bears have opened up so many opportunities to themselves. I'm going to be real with you. I don't know what's the best route anymore, because there's a lot of answers on the team.
That's the
now.
beautiful thing, though.
Okay, the thing is, if you look at the roster as it's constructed right now, you still have Swift, depending on what they like with him. The only real weakness left that they haven't addressed is left tackle. Everything else is a bonus. They could go for another receiver because they lost Keenan Allen. We don't have a receiver. They could go for any defensive player they want. That's why I was saying, like, it might be even the best linebacker available, or even
Jihad.
or a safety.
I wouldn't go there, though.
Everything
Or
is
safety.
a luxury.
Right, everything is
Everything's
luxury.
a luxury.
We get the best players on the board of whatever position is coming out. So I'm not. It's going to be, to me, a total crapshoot what they end up doing.
And
Outside of Mimbo,
I'll say this, like, to me, right, it depends on what kind of system Ben Johnson views, but it feels like he may be running an EP system here. And we
Strong
talked
run
about
game,
this.
strong run game.
That's a strong run game. In a strong run game, Braxton Jones is at his best.
He is.
That is the one thing that I look at,
He
and I'm
can
like,
everybody we got.
he's a good
run
run blocker.
He can great run blocker.
He's a good run blocker. I think Jonah Jackson's a great run blocker.
Yes.
Joe Tooney's a great run blocker.
Drew Dalman,
Drew
that's
Dalman
his
is an
elite
outside
man.
zone
Yes.
specialist.
Yep.
Darnell Wright kills people.
I like killing
Yeah.
people.
yeah.
Well, Jesus, calm down. You
Oh.
can't say that on
I say
YouTube.
dump him up in ditches.
You don't like killing?
No, we don't
can't
say
kill
we can't
people?
say that.
Oh,
Relax.
you're taking all the fun out.
All right. But like
Yeah,
those,
keep the
those are
alcohol
the
away
things
from
where
this
if
guy.
you're not lying, during the show, he's dangerous when he gets it. It's one shot. What you have, a ham sandwich today? Like,
Yes.
I think that those are the conversations where you say, okay, if the system makes sense and it works for you and you feel comfortable with Braxton Jones in there, right? You look at the other side on the defensive line and say, okay, well, where's the long-term answer at whatever that position is? Where's the long-term answer at linebacker? Listen, we've sat here and we've pushed linebacker completely to the side because we're like, we need all this other stuff. And I'm not saying you don't still need depth on this other stuff. But if you feel like there's a Roquan Smith in this draft, which I don't think there is, or you feel like there is a Brian Urlacher in this draft, which I don't think there is,
Who's the best tight end coming out?
Tyler Warren.
Like, is he on?
now you're on
Oh,
the
that's
tight
another
end
one
boat.
that they said they
I'm
might
saying
consider.
everything's
Tyler
on the
Warren.
table. Is he
Yeah.
comparable to last
Penn
year's
State.
dude? Last year's
Who?
tight end that went
Who
to
was
the
the number
Raiders?
one?
No, you
Bowers.
talking about Brock Bowers? No, he's not.
No, absolutely not.
Brock Bowers is comparable to Travis Kelce.
Yeah, Brock Bowers is
That's
like a
what I
wide
was- that's
receiver.
what, that's what I'm
hybrid.
saying. Like, it's not, everything's on the table now at where they're.
That's why
drafted,
we
the way
traded
they-
back and we had that chance to get him, and I was like, let's do it. And they were like, no, I don't want Brock Bowers.
Nah, I didn't want Brock Bowers. Not like that. We need our line fixed. We need a defense. We need all kind of stuff. I didn't want Rome at 9.
What was that tantrum?
Sorry, I've been dealing with kids.
They probably could end up trading back, but I think there's a lot of depth on the offensive line. It looks like there's some defensive line depth to get in the second round. So it could be that they end up moving down just to move down anyways.
Yeah.
Pick up another.
Just to give 'em
You
more.
pick up a second or another third round. The whole point is that, because to me, like you were talking about Thuney. Thuney's probably good for the next 2, maybe 3 years.
No, you got 4 years. Good lineman is 36.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. He can do a he can do a
36.
Jason Kelsey
This
kind of
is
thing.
his age, 32 year. I think that I will say that he probably can play
To about
4
30
years and maybe even push it 5 if we're winning.
But you need to get
You got to find that guy.
his replacement. It
He's
may
healthy.
not be that you have to
Yeah.
get it this year. It could be next year.
Yeah.
So it's not like you have to. And if these guys are smart, they're already forecasting the next 2-3 years of prospects coming out. So it's like, okay, next year, 2026 draft is going to be whatever. So right now, it might be that this is the class they're saying for defensive players.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm excited to see what they do. We have another
It will
month.
be fun.
Month
Yeah,
and some change.
listen, we
month
got
and a
free
half.
agency going
Month and a
through.
half.
We got about a
April
month and a
22nd.
half. Yeah, until the NFL draft gets here. We're going to have you covered here over on the Windy City Breeze. If you are new here, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Yes, sir.
We're going to get up out of here. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love, as always. For the super producer, Joel Holt, Mr. Media himself, Jordan
Yo.
JC, Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say, who better? Nobody, bro. It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down. One love. We'll be back tomorrow morning for more Morning Breeze.
Oh, baby.
I didn't want to wake up. I'm like, I don't
Nah,
know
you
how
stay
y'all do
asleep.
it. I don't know
Don't
how
worry
y'all
about
be
it.
doing that.
Yeah,
man.
stay asleep.
I'm good.
Yeah, Jordan falls asleep on the toilet before.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't do that to you.
He's a big toilet sleeper.
Sometimes you got to let it all out.
Excuse me?
Oh, what?
Let it all hang out.